He arrives here to the theater at Madison. The guy who everybody knows the pressure is on to perform.
Just under the letters, all right? Tap it up, let's go to work.
Much was made of coming up 12 rounds for the 130-pound World Championship. Timothy Bradley, what will you look for early on here?
This midway point.
One thing we didn't mention in the tail of the tape, these guys have fought together more than 900 times between them. There is one
amateur and pro record of 885 and 14. 885 wins between their amateur and pro.
He met Lomachenko where he was going to be.
Loma comes with a left hand, weigh in as well. Lomachenko #2 on ESPN's pound for pound list. That's exactly what was.
Knows that Lomachenko needs to get close in order to get his work off. That's what he. I believe these rounds are going to be really tough to score.
Getting a little closer is Lomachenko. He's just touching Rigo on the inside that time. See the footwork, doubles up that jab with the right hand.
Watch Lomachenko's jab. It is incredibly swift.
Coming with a straight left hand down that time was Lomachenko, as Rigo was caught in that defensive posture he's comfortable in. End of round 1 for the title. This is what happened in the locker room pre-fight. The referee instructions. Loma was concerned. And then this, Tim, was what we saw in the first round.
Exactly. Like I told you, every time Lomachenko steps in, he likes to work. Rigondeaux didn't allow him to work, but that is exactly what he was complaining about to the referee and showing him that's what and he wanted to figure a way out how he can get his hands released.
Lomachenko says he learned
early. Not fazed by all the movement that Lomachenko's doing. Looks like he's in total control.
Guillermo Rigondeaux. Bernie, what can you tell us?
Pedro Diaz, who trained Guillermo Rigondeaux during his amateur career on his way to gold medals, told him, go win points. Very simple, very precise instructions. Now, how does he do it? That's the question.
Now, that is the...
Not Tim?
I mean, it's about points, of course. But the thing that I just witnessed right now is that, and the ref didn't say anything about it, but he just clinched him again. And he walked him back to the ropes, and the refs didn't have anything to say about it.
Lomo trying to get to the inside behind that jab. There's another moment there, and on what was assumed to be a break, he connected.
Lomachenko is just he's a well-oiled machine. He can fight anywhere. He knows every area of the ring, inside, outside, you name it.
And that has a lot to do with the footwork that came about with a unique find by his father when he was a kid. He took him away from boxing for a little bit, Mark.
When he was 6, 7 years old, his father insisted on 4 years of, I would say, the best footwork in boxing.
So he took traditional Ukrainian dance classes. And Timmy, you love Loma's footwork.
Oh my goodness. Don't be surprised if this fight don't go to...
This is going to have to take control of things here at the conclusion of round number 2. Holding behind the neck now by Rigo as he tries to fire off the left uppercut. Back here at the theater at Madison Square Garden, the world title fight, and it has really heated up, mostly because of the action we saw in that final minute of round 2, when Lomachenko had that desire to just keep fighting through what he was trying to pull his arms free of a break, and he landed a solid left hand against Rigondeaux. Pace has clearly picked up here. I'll show you the replay of what we saw in round number 2, and watch this moment here as they're clinching. He squats down, and then both men come with an exchange. There was the uppercut, and then the straight short left hand by Loma, saying, come on, let's make this a fight. And it is indeed.
We're seeing Rigo's strategy is that hold, and the answer that Lomachenko has is not just a jab, but a double jab.
Look for the straight left hand of Rigondeaux. Of Lomachenko steps forward. You see Rigondeaux lean to his left hand, his left side. He's right in the line of fire for that left hand.
Look at Rigondeaux able to duck down. There are moments when you watch Lomo and you see what he's able to do with his hands at short range. That elastic string, catching quarters in midair.
He's trained for dexterity, both physical and mental.
In my opinion.
What do you see, Tim?
I don't know. His facial expression, the way he's reacting. You know, there's nothing that he can do. Right.
Willis with a quick talk to Rigo. Tripling up.
Rigondeaux right now.
When Lomachenko is at his best, he doesn't look like any other fighter. He has what Pacquiao had, what Ali had. Looks like Lomachenko.
He's a little bit of the best parts, the most sensational parts, the most entertaining parts of some of the all-time greats. But to your point, we haven't seen it before. Fourth round of our championship fight. Timmy, let's go back and show you that tripling up of the uppercut by Vasily.
Right here, you're going to see Vasiliy Lomachenko throws 3 uppercuts. It's the second one blocked. The third one comes right up the middle. Guess what? He did that. You want to know how? With pressure. With pressure. He saw how his man reacted. He dropped right in front of him, and he split his guard with the uppercut.
You know, it's interesting because we've talked about that for months since the time that he accepted his fight. You can't take this fight without knowing that you're going to have to take risks, Mark.
Well, I mean, Rigondeaux says that he's taken all the risks he could ever take. And nothing
Look at this. This is moments ago. Watch him, get him in a defensive posture, know that he's got him pinned, and say, you know.
Lomachenko haven't even turned it up yet. Midway point. Just watch. Just
to the beat of his punches. It's like music. It's like it's improvisational. It's like jazz.
But it's all set up by his feet. Look at his feet.
And he is riffing in there and pushing him back.
Rigondeaux landed a nice short uppercut in that exchange.
How about the body punch with the right hand? Now to the inside. The uppercut with the left hand as Rigo goes.
Old, or is he just outclassed?
I think it's a combination of both. I just think, honestly, I think he's 37, but also at the same time, I believe he is getting outclassed at the very moment. But there's time still left, everybody. That's why I love boxing. You always have a chance.
Lomachenko dug to the body again that time. And
a whole lot of clinching.
Rigo now inviting him forward, often trying to set traps, but not able to deliver. 17-0 is Guillermo Rigondeaux. But Timmy said, outclassed so far tonight by the champ, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Rigondeaux says he's seen everything. Nothing worse could be done to him that was done in Cuba. I don't think he's seen this before.
Never seen anything like Lomachenko before. Lomachenko said he's the Cuban assassin.
His dad, Anatoly, to be what he is seeking to be, and that is the perfect fighter, the most skilled fighter. With Anatoly, Mark.
It's usually a failed experiment to create a perfect athlete in anything, much less a sport, as dangerous and treacherous as this one. The strength and conditioning coach, Cecilio Flores.
Second pro fight, and you make that transition to the pro ranks. Guy comes in overweight, right a loss. In fact, they used to say you're not even ready to fight for a world title until you've learned from a loss.
Well, I don't think your career becomes a dramatic proposition until you lose.
Tried to dig to the body. That was blocked by the elbows of Loma.
I'll tell you this, it's really hard hitting a guy that's going down so low like that. It really is. And he's going to find a way on how to hit this man while he's down like that.
What would you be doing, Tim?
Well, I would go to the side he leans to. I would throw my right hooks like he's there right there. That's what I would do.
Got is ducking and holding.
Mary threw his punch with the most intent. in a headlock that time, looking over to the referee. I think Steve Willis is going to have a lot of work ahead of him as we get to these middle and later rounds here of this world title fight as Loma's in control. These are two top 10 pound for pound fighters in the world, but right now it seems like there is a big gap between the guy who's number 2 and the guy who's number 7.
For a guy who considers himself a gentleman sportsman, Lomachenko, he certainly adapted well to a dirtied up style, wouldn't you say, Tim?
That he learned from the Salido fight. You know, that was something that he was missing in his repertoire. You know, and I like it. I honestly like it. He's not going to allow anybody to be dirty with him and hit him with low.
Bernardo, what can you offer?
You know, in the corner, it was very interesting because they told him, we want you to spin him. We want you to that Salido fight because that's what changed. And you'll remember what he told us in the fighter meetings. Lomachenko said, I only need to make a mistake once and I learn. And that
put a notch in the belt. And now he's dealing with it perfectly here against Rigondeaux. And you can see he's...
Tim, how do you solve Lomachenko, or how do you attempt to if you're Rigondeaux? It was the saddest I've seen on the island. And that pathos is what I saw in the corner there. A defeated guy.
A guy who was once a hero to countrymen, and then Fidel Castro called a traitor as he in the world opposite him. Another combination from Loma, and Loma once again looks over at Willis. As we come to the end of round number 6 here. There's a discussion going on in the corner of Rigondeaux here in between the 6th and 7th round as they're looking at the tape. That's it. He is saying, I don't want any more.
Gosh.
Are you kidding me? The undefeated number 7 pound for pound fighter is not coming out to continue against Loma.
Round 6, the winner by TKO victory. Still the WBO super featherweight champion of the world and the new claimant to pound for pound as the best fighter in the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
A TKO win for Vasiliy, and we will hear from the champ as well as Guillermo Rigondeaux.